Welcome to Not So Creative. In today's video, I'll show you how to sew this beautiful bag that closes with 2 strings. You can personalize these strings with any materials you like. The bag also features 2 pockets attached to the lining and boxed corners for added style and functionality. Let's get started. For drafting the pattern, I will be doing it on a smaller scale so it's easier for you to see on camera. First, draw a square that measures 52 by 36.5 centimeters. From the bottom edge, measure 8.5 centimeters and draw a horizontal line from one side to the other. Next, measure and mark 5 centimeters on each side of that line. From these intersections, draw a line to each of the top corners. Now, from the intersection on each side, measure 8.5 inward and mark. Cut along these marks and your pattern drafting is complete. Using the drafted pattern, cut 2 pieces of outer fabric, 2 pieces of interfacing, and 2 pieces for the lining. If you want to add pockets, cut 2 pieces measuring 30 by 15 centimeters. Fold the pocket pieces in half, widthwise, right sides facing each other. Sew around the edges with a 1 cm seam allowance, leaving about a 4 cm gap at the top for turning. Cut the corners and turn the fabric right side out. Press the fabric and top stitch close to the edge of the folded top side, which is the opposite side with the opening. Run another stitch line 1 cm apart from the edge for a neat finish. To attach the pockets to the lining, fold both lining pieces in half and cut a notch to mark the center. Measure 10 centimeters down from the notch. Center the pocket over this mark and pin it in place. Sew around the edges of the pocket to attach them to the lining. Repeat for the second lining piece. You can sew a dividing line in the middle of the pocket too, for smaller sections, just if you like. Always remember to backstitch. Place both lining pieces right sides together, aligning all raw edges. Sew the side and bottom seams with a 1 cm seam allowance. Fuse the interfacing to the outer fabric pieces. Place them right sides facing each other and sew the side and bottom seams with a 1 cm seam allowance. For boxing the corners, align the bottom and side seams, pin in place, and sew with a 1 cm seam allowance. Repeat for the outer fabric. Now, let's make the handles. Cut 4 pieces, each 58 by 5 cm, pair them right sides together, sew along both sides with a ½ cm seam allowance. Turn both tubes right side out, press them, and top stitch along both sides, ½ cm from the edge for a polished finish. Take the outer fabric, round side out. Measure 8.5 cm from one side seam. Repeat on the other side. Place each end of a handle piece on these marks towards the center. Now, repeat on the other side of the bag. Place the lining piece, right side out, inside the outer fabric. Match the side seams and pin the raw edges together. Now, take 2 strings, they can be cords or fabric tubes, and place them between the layers over the side seams. I'm using, in this case, crocheted strings. I crochet them myself. Sew around the edge with a 1 cm seam allowance, leaving a gap of about 8 cm for turning later. Turn the bag right side out through the gap. Press the edge and pin it in place, making sure the outer fabric overlaps the lining slightly and the seam of the gap stays inside. Top stitch ½ centimeter from the edge. And that's it, the bag is done. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Let me know if you have any questions or doubts about the process in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, happy sewing, and I'll see you in the next video.